Pooh Shiesty just got out of federal prison, and he's already acting like he wants to go right back. 4 years locked up, and he came home with a new beard and the same old mistakes. He had millions, fame, and the whole rap game watching, but he's destroying his second chance in real time. People online are saying he must have missed prison, because the way he's moving right now makes zero sense. The feds are watching, and Pooh Shiesty is literally posting his own violations for everyone to see. He finally got a second chance, so why does it look like he's racing to throw it away? He's not free. He's in a federal halfway house. One wrong move, and it's over. Everyone is asking one question. Did Pooh Shiesty beat the system? Or did he help the system? He is one bad decision away from going back to finish his sentence, and then he keeps making bad decisions. This isn't a comeback. This is a crash out happening on camera. Prison should have changed him, but the only thing different is his hairstyle. The real question isn't if he'll go back to prison. It's when. Pooh Shiesty is finally home after spending 4 long years in federal prison. You would think after all that time locked up, he'd come out wiser, more careful, and ready to protect his career. But nah, the moment he touched the streets again, it looked like he jumped right back into risky moves, like he forgot what landed him behind bars in the first place. This man went from having nothing to becoming a millionaire. Signed deals, hit songs, the entire rap world watching him win. Then he lost all of it after making the worst decisions of his life. He did years in federal prison, and now that he's out, he's acting like prison was a quick vacation instead of a massive warning. Some fans are even clowning him online, saying he must have missed the prison lifestyle because the way he's moving right now makes no sense. But before we get into what he's doing today, let's rewind to how all of this started. Pooh Shiesty wasn't just another rapper. He exploded onto the scene. Songs like Back in Blood turned him into a star almost overnight. The industry saw him as the next big thing out of Memphis. Gucci Mane signed him to 1017, labels were throwing money at him, and every major artist wanted a feature. He had fame. He had money. He had a future that most people can only dream about. But success came with ego. And ego came with problems. In the middle of his rise, Pooh Shiesty couldn't leave the streets alone. Even with millions, he was still moving like he had nothing to lose. In 2020, he got caught up in a robbery shooting case in Florida, the same behavior he should have left behind. That situation eventually turned into a federal case, and suddenly the young star who had the game in his hands found himself facing real prison time. Instead of being on tour, he was sitting behind bars. Instead of music videos, he was surrounded by steel and concrete. Overnight, everything stopped. No shows, no features. No luxury, just time, a lot of it, and here's the craziest part. When the system finally gave him a second chance, early release through the First Step Act, he walked right out the gates and jumped back into chaos like nothing ever happened. The government didn't fully release him. They placed him in a federal halfway house, a place that's supposed to help inmates transition back into normal life. A place with strict rules most people would never want to break. In a halfway house, you're still in the custody of the feds. You have curfews. You have to work or look for work. You can't travel without permission. You get drug tested at random. You're constantly monitored. The message is simple. You're not free yet. Don't mess up, but Pooh Shiesty? He's been acting like none of those rules apply to him. He's on social media drinking and driving, speeding around with no license, recording himself doing things that could easily break his release conditions. Basically showing the internet, I don't care what the feds think. And that's what makes people mad, because this isn't someone who doesn't know better. This is someone who already lost everything once. Someone who already felt what it's like to be locked up while the world moves on without him. The hip-hop industry is watching closely too. Labels are afraid to invest in a rapper who might get locked up again any second. Promoters don't want to waste money booking someone who might violate his release next week. Even fans are losing patience, saying, "Bro, you got another chance, how are you ruining it again?" Every time he posts a reckless video, he destroys another opportunity. Some people believe he's doing all of this to prove he's still street. Others think he's self-destructive, that being in chaos is the only world he feels comfortable in. And then there's the people who think the early release situation is suspicious. They wonder if there's more to the story, especially with all the snitch rumors floating around. Whatever the reason, the result is the same. He's making himself look like he learned absolutely nothing. 4 years locked up. 4 years away from music, freedom, family, fans. And the moment he gets a taste of freedom, he jumps right back into the same behavior that got him locked up in the first place. There's a huge difference between moving smart and moving stupid. You can protect your image without destroying your life. You can stay true to where you came from without ending up back in a cell. But Pooh Shiesty is choosing the dumbest path possible. Right now, he is one bad decision away from being sent back to finish the rest of his sentence in prison, and the feds do not play games. They might not act immediately, but trust me, they're watching. They're documenting. They're waiting, and when they finally make a move, no one will be shocked. Not the fans. Not the industry. Not even Pooh Shiesty himself. This is a cautionary tale. A reminder that second chances are rare. And when you waste them, you don't always get a third. So here's the real question for you. Is Pooh Shiesty trying to prove he's still tough? Or is he proving that he doesn't value his own freedom? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because if he keeps moving like this, we might be doing another video soon. But the headline will be Pooh Shiesty back in blood and back in prison. The case that changed everything back in October 2020, Pooh Shiesty, real name Lontrell Williams, got mixed up in a shooting at a Miami strip club. The situation reportedly started as a drug deal and robbery gone bad. A security guard was shot and seriously hurt. That alone could have destroyed his future. But it didn't stop there. While he was still dealing with that case, June 2021 rolled around. And boom, more federal trouble. This time in Memphis, where he was hit with firearm conspiracy and robbery charges. The feds had everything laid out: witnesses, solid evidence, phone records, and even videos linking him to the crimes, when the federal government builds that strong of a case. Fighting it is like trying to swim against a tsunami. So in April 2022, Pooh Shiesty took a plea deal. It wasn't great, but it saved him from serving decades. He got 63 months, a little over 5 years. The early release that surprised everyone. Federal time is different. There's no parole. You do almost every day of your sentence. But with good behavior and certain programs, you can shave some time off. Pooh Shiesty wasn't supposed to be free until 2026. Yet somehow, he walked out in early 2025, more than a year early. That raised a lot of eyebrows. People started asking questions. Did he cooperate? Did some special deal go through? How did he cut that much time? We'll get into that later, but just know nobody gets out of federal prison early by accident. The man who returned? Unchanged, so now he's home. 4 years gone. 4 years to reflect on how he went from the top of the rap game to a prison cell. You'd expect him to move like a man who understands how fast it can all disappear. Instead, he's acting like nothing happened, no laying low, no slow comeback. Just back in the spotlight and flirting with the same energy that took him down before. Honestly, the only noticeable change since he's been away is what he looks like. That's it. Pooh Shiesty came home with a new look, a beard and dreads. That's literally the only upgrade. Because the way he's acting, still the exact same guy that went in. Within days of getting placed in a halfway house in Dallas, Texas, he was already hopping on Instagram, showing the world he didn't learn a thing, and these weren't innocent "I'm home" posts. Nope, he was posting himself breaking rules while still under federal supervision. Clip showed him drinking while driving, not drinking. Earlier and then driving later, actually holding a bottle in one hand and steering with the other while the car is moving. Anybody doing that is risking jail. But doing it right after getting out of federal prison? That's next level reckless. See, a halfway house isn't freedom. You're still under the feds. You have curfews, you have to check in. Constantly, they test you for drugs and alcohol, they watch your every move, so drinking and driving isn't just dangerous. It's breaking federal release rules. But he didn't stop there. Pooh also posted videos of himself flying down the road at ridiculous speeds, swerving through traffic like he's in a Fast and Furious audition. The speedometer in those clips? Way past the legal limit. And here's where it gets even crazier. He can't possibly have a valid driver's license right now. Licenses expire and you can't renew one from a prison cell. So that means he's drinking and driving. He's speeding like a maniac, and he's doing it without a license. One traffic stop, one officer running his name, and the system will instantly see he's supposed to be in a halfway house. That's enough to snatch him back into federal custody to finish his sentence. This isn't slipping up. This isn't a mistake. This is Pooh Shiesty posting evidence of his own violations directly online, where federal agents, probation officers, and anyone else can easily watch. It's like he's daring them to lock him up again. the reality of the halfway house. Let's clear something up. A halfway house isn't freedom. It's basically federal prison with a little sunlight. A halfway house, officially called a residential re-entry center, is where inmates serve the final part of their sentence to slowly adjust back to real life. That's where Pooh Shiesty is right now, in Dallas, Texas, even though he's originally from Memphis. And the rules? They're tight. You must have a job or actively look for 1 strict curfews, and you must be inside by a set time random. Alcohol and drug tests, you need permission just to leave the area. Every move is tracked and reported to the feds. Some residents even wear GPS ankle monitors. Others get a little more daytime freedom, but all of them live by one major rule: no breaking laws at all. It feels like either he doesn't understand what's at stake or he just doesn't care. Either way, it's dangerous. The snitch rumors start spreading now. We have to talk about the biggest rumor in this whole situation: the snitch allegations. Because when a rapper gets more than a year shaved off a federal sentence, people in the streets start raising eyebrows. No one gets that kind of early release without questions. And then Whack 100, the king of loud opinions, jumped into the conversation. He went on a podcast and claimed Pooh Shiesty must have cooperated with the authorities to walk out early. He said there was no other way someone facing federal time gets that lucky. But here's the thing. In hip-hop culture, being labeled a snitch is career-ending. Especially for someone like Shiesty, whose whole image is built on being real and loyal to the streets. Once the streets believe you talk to the feds, your respect is gone. Your credibility? Finished. No paperwork, just accusations. Whack 100 didn't show any paperwork. No court documents. No official proof. He just said the sentence reduction didn't make sense unless Shiesty helped the government somehow. And that alone was enough to get the rumors burning. Pooh Shiesty's lawyer responds. Once the accusations spread, Pooh Shiesty's lawyer stepped forward with a statement. He said Shiesty didn't snitch. Instead, he earned his early release through the First Step Act. That's a real law passed in 2018 that gives federal inmates time credits for good behavior, extra credits for completing rehab, education, or job programs using that system. The lawyer said Pooh Shiesty qualified to leave prison early and move into a halfway house. It's a believable explanation. Many inmates have benefited from that exact law, but the streets still don't buy it even with the lawyer's statement. People still have doubts. The time Shiesty got removed, over a year, seems like a lot for just program credits. Around the same time, others tied to his case also started catching breaks in their charges. To some observers, that looks less like coincidence and more like coordination. So while the official story says he earned his way out, a lot of folks in the streets are still whispering, that math ain't adding up. And in the rap game, rumors spread faster than anything, especially rumors that could destroy someone's image. The paperwork problem. Here's the biggest reason the rumors won't die. Neither Pooh Shiesty nor his lawyer has shown the official documents that explain exactly how his time was reduced under the First Step Act. That paperwork is real, accessible, and would shut down all snitch talk instantly. But since nobody has released it, people start asking, if everything is clean, why not prove it? Without documents, no one can say for sure whether he earned the early release the legit way, or whether there's something deeper going on behind the scenes. So now the hip-hop world is split. Some believe the lawyer, others believe the streets, and Pooh Shiesty, he's not helping his case. Instead of addressing the rumors, he's online drinking and driving like he's invincible. Some see that as confidence, others see it as him trying to avoid the topic entirely. Either way, the silence is loud. Act 4, a crash out in progress. Let's talk about what his behavior really suggests, because there are only a few explanations for why someone would move this dangerously just weeks after beating federal time. Possibility. The one, he doesn't care anymore. Maybe prison changed him. Maybe 4 years behind bars made him numb. Maybe losing so much already makes him feel like... What else can they take? Some ex-inmates come home mentally broken. Punishment stops scaring them. Possibility. R2, he's trying to prove he didn't snitch. If he's being accused of cooperating with the feds, then wild behavior becomes his proof that he's still street. The mindset is, if I was working with the feds, why would I do things that could get me locked up again? It's backwards logic, but it happens. To some people, getting locked up again equals credibility. Twisted, but real. Possibility number 3. He's young, rich, and reckless. He's still in his mid-20s. He blew up fast. Millions hit his account before his brain even fully developed. A lot of young stars think they're untouchable, until they aren't, or it's all of the above: trauma from prison, pressure from the streets, a young mind that thinks consequences don't apply. Put that together, and you get someone who looks like he's racing to throw his freedom away. He's acting like he's ready to crash out, fully prepared to land right back inside a federal cell, and the damage spreads if Pooh Shiesty falls again. He won't be the only one paying the price. His family will suffer another separation. Fans who held him down will feel betrayed. Young Memphis artists who saw him as hope will see him as a warning, and the industry will use his downfall to reinforce every negative stereotype about rappers. He worked too hard to become a success story. Right now, he's turning himself into a cautionary tale, a reputation crumbling in real time. Every reckless move Pooh Shiesty makes gives more ammo to critics who say hip-hop promotes chaos instead of growth. It doesn't just hurt him, it hurts the entire culture. There are artists out here working hard to stay legit, and behavior like his makes the industry look at all rappers with doubt. Before prison, Pooh Shiesty was on fire. Signed to Gucci Mane, dropping hits, headlining shows, the future was wide open for him. But now, labels, promoters, and sponsors are watching closely. Who wants to invest in an artist showing himself breaking laws? Who wants to book someone who might be locked up next month? Who wants a partnership with someone who looks like a walking liability? Even if he somehow avoids going back, he's already burning bridges. On paper, he's free. In reality, he's making himself untouchable. A second chance. He won't respect. 4 years behind bars should have been a wake-up call. A chance to grow, a chance to change direction, but the only thing different about Pooh Shiesty is his hair and beard. Everything else, the mindset, the behavior, the decisions, stayed stuck in 2020. He's drinking and driving, speeding with no license, posting evidence online, ignoring federal supervision rules. That's not bold. That's not street. That's self-destruction. The snitch rumors still hanging over him. Whack. 100's allegations didn't disappear. They're still echoing through the industry. And instead of putting the paperwork out and ending the conversation, Shiesty is acting like none of it matters. To some, that means he's innocent. To others, it looks like he's dodging the truth. Either way, his actions make everything look messy. Where this road leads, let's be honest, if he keeps going like this, he will violate and go back. Federal time isn't like state time. A single slip is enough to yank someone right back inside. It's not if, it's when. And when he's sitting behind those bars again, there won't be shock or sympathy. He's broadcasting his downfall in real time. Wasted blessing. So here's the real tragedy. Pooh Shiesty got a second chance most. People never get a shot to rebuild his life and career early. He had to do was stay low, focus on music, prove he learned something instead. He's treating freedom like a game he already lost. If going back to prison is what finally forces him to grow up, then that might be the only lesson left that could get through to him. But if he refuses to change, then he becomes just another talented rapper who threw it all away. He keeps telling us who he is, and so far, what he's showing is someone who hasn't learned anything at all.